My name is Donnamarie Miranda. I'm 20 years old. Today's date is December 8th, 2008. We're in Tucson, Arizona. Today I will be having a conversation with Kirsten. We are former co-workers at a nonprofit organization named Voices, Inc.
Hello, I'm Kristen Swaggy Bodie. I'm 24 years old on December 8th, 2008. We are again in Tucson, Arizona, and Donna and I met when she came in and applied for a job where I was interviewing students to become youth apprentice photographers and journalists who get their work published in the Arizona Daily Star. So that's how we met. And today we want to talk about the importance of education to both of us and how we came to value that. So I think we wanted to kind of start off with talking about the point at which we decided we could see ourselves going to college, because neither of us really felt like that was in our future at one point. And I want Donna to go first.
I know, like, it's so funny, like, having to sit down and talk about this conversation now, because, well, I think it's, like, been 4 years since we've met. And so we were both at different points in our lives where education, and especially college education, was so distant. You know, like, that was the goal, but it was so hard. And, like, both of our backgrounds, like, it was almost impossible to reach, but we knew that we had to.
Well, that's interesting that you would say that, because I think for me, like, my family and my bosses and my teachers in high school, like, everybody expected me to go to college, but I was having trouble really understanding why that was important. And I think, like, just once I got out of high school, I didn't want to have anything to do with, like, the institution of education, because I felt like it was just upholding the values of the status quo that I didn't really value. And, like, one of my grandparents was full-blooded Cherokee, and I think that heritage for me really opened my eyes up to the like alternative perspectives and, like, counterculture and just resistance in general. And I really got interested in activism and stuff, and I just thought that I could volunteer my way into a job, that I could, be an activist without going to college. But then, like, at some point I, like, realized that I could learn about the things I cared about in college. And for you, it was a little bit different.
Yeah. No, I remember, like, us being at Voices and having to work together and, like, just, I mean, we were both being pushed to go to college. And I remember being like, I don't even think I'm going to graduate high school. And high school is such a drag. And not even being challenged and always wanting to go to college. And, like, for me, like, I always admired Katie because, she went to community college and then she transferred out to the University of Arizona, and she was just like, you can do it, you can do it. But I felt like, I'm sorry, you guys don't understand my shoes. Like, I'm a low income kid. Where am I going to get money? My grades suck. Like, how am I going to go to school? Like, am I even smart enough to go to school to be in college? And, like, I remember that I finally did. I went to the community college for a couple months and freaking out. Like, do you remember that? How I
Yeah.
just stressed out and, like, I couldn't focus and I couldn't think, and there was no nurture. Like, I was just another person in a class of people that I couldn't even, like, I felt like I didn't belong there. Like, I thought way too differently, and I feel like I was still not being challenged, and that's when I quit. I said, forget it. And I mean, like you, I just wanted to work my way up through an organization or finally find a job that I was comfortable with and I could stay there.